welcome back to Crafty TV. I hope you're having a truly super Saturday and a brilliant, of course, bank holiday weekend if you are here with us in the UK. And my name's Joe. Over the next couple of hours, we are going to guide you through an awesome craft along for one of our recent launches. Of course, it's the pop-out scene stamps and dies that we're going to be focusing on in this show. And we have got just the teacher to guide us through the next couple of hours. The lovely, did I say creature? I meant teacher.
That's what you said.
She's not a creature, she's a glamazon. If she was a creature, she'd be a glamazon. Debbie's here with me. How are you, Debbie?
I am fine, creature or teacher or not. Absolutely fine, Joe. So I'm really looking forward to it. As you know, Craft Along is one of my favourites because I feel like I'm going back to my roots where I used to teach in store at Chesterfield, and I used to run my own class as well, and I've done things like this for a long time. So this, I feel like I'm coming back to my roots where we're going to do Craft Along in real time. So you're going to work through this project, and I'll show you in a moment, in real time, step by step, measurement by measurement, inch by inch, centimetre by centimetre, and all the things that you need to be able to create it. And what have we got? I hear you call out.
It looks fabulous, Debbie.
Well, it is a really lovely simple technique as well, but it's one of what we call our star card book. Now, I thought with the pop-outs, what better way to have this design. Now, I have done a little bit, I did say to you that we're going to do a little bit of titivation, and I have done a little bit, time permitting, but you are going to be able to create this beautiful star book, and when you open it up, you create that lovely star book feature, tie it up. It's one of those definite, what do you call them, Joe?
Mantelpiece pleaser.
That's the one. So we're going to do step by step on how you put all this together to create it. And I think the pop-outs, absolutely, these pop-out scenes absolutely lend themselves to this beautiful, beautiful project. And it really is. And this is something, once you've learned as well, you can take it into lots of other styles of your crafting with other elements that you've got, either with Crafter's Companion or other in your crafty stash. So that's what we're going to be aiming to do. We're going to start it and we're going to finish it, and we're going to get it done in those 2 hours.
Brilliant. I know lots of you have been checking our social media. You already have everything you need together and ready, good to go. But it's not too late if you wanted to join us. If you've got these dies, then here is everything that you are going to need for the craft along today. You are going to need your Gemini, the pop-out scene stamp and die, the full collection. You've got a stamping card in here, some textured cardstock as well. You can use the 8x8 or the 12x12. There's a scoring board, a guillotine, any of your tri-blend brush pens. Also got an alcohol-proof dye ink pad, some ribbon there, and some all-purpose and 3D glue gel. Now, if you're thinking, gosh, I would have loved to have made that. However, I don't have those dies. Well, don't worry, it's not too late, because we've managed to replicate the launch offer for you, and you will be able to watch this back at any time over on our website. So you can place your order at will today and know that you've got this good to go whenever you want to have a look back at it. Let me take you through everything you're getting in the main collection. You've got 8 different stamps and dies in here, all giving you the aperture, the embellishing elements in there as well. So it means that you're going to be able to create wonderful projects, whether it's things like our star books, but they are great for a whole host of other projects too. So you've got the Secret Garden in here. You also have Time to Celebrate. There is Country Village, Into the Woods, Party Vibes, Our Home. This one here is Enjoy the Bubbles. Enjoy the Bubbles, and also Go Camping. So they are the 8 that you'll receive in this collection, $55.93 or $69.65. A couple of other bits on the show I just want to give you a heads up about as well that have proved very busy in the pre-sales and will work beautifully with this collection of particular stamps and dies. You might want somewhere to pop these, so we've got the large storage folder. It's actually back in stock. You haven't seen it since February. You get a set of the magnetic panels for your dies and the acrylic panels for all of your different stamps as well. $26.98 or $34.94 if you want to get that. Some beautiful, beautiful paper pads on the show for you as well. Lots more on the website. £6, half price, £6.49 on the Rose Garden 12x12. We've also got for you the Bloom with Grace, this one here, 36 sheets there for you, $10.49 or $11.86. We've also got the Positivity for you too. $9.74 or $11.01. What I would say to you as well is over the next couple of hours, I am here for you. So if you want to get in touch with me, super easy to do so as always. Crafters TV across on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribing if you are watching us across on YouTube. Anything you want repeating, any questions that you've got, if you need to speed up, slow down, all of those things, let me know in the comments and I will pop those comments, or also any questions that you've got about the technique, I'll get them over to Debbie as we go through the show. I can see Debbie is poised. She's like a coiled spring over there, ready to burst into action. So, judging by the comments, I think everyone's pretty much good to go if you are, Debbie.
That is good. So I've got all my notes ready and handy, because I always have to write things down. I've told you this before, Joe. I have these ideas in my head, but I have to write things down. So I, by all means, definitely do that if you want to do this. But first things first, you're going to need your guillotine and you're going to need your white stamping card. So grab yourselves a pile of white stamping card, because this is what's going to be probably the most laborious part, is getting each individual panel. And I thought, rather than jumping in doing one then going back, I thought we'd get every single one of those bits done to be able to create our star card. So this is what I want you to do. First things first, we are going to take, and we need 10 pieces of this, which sounds a lot. However, it'll all become self-explanatory, but we need to cut ourselves 10 pieces of cardstock that measure 10 inches by 5 inches in size. So when I show you this, you're going to take this onto your guillotine and we need to create ourselves these. So our white stamping card, let me just pull that over there so you can see it a little bit better. You're going to take this up to, and if you're using your larger one, all I would say is, if you're going to be using your smaller one, I'll explain a cheat's way around that you can do this, but I'll just explain this part first if you've got your larger guillotines. So you take your, up to your 10 inches, keep it flush at the very top, so your cardstock very much flush up to there, to the 10 inches, and you're going to trim that down. And then you're going to turn it onto the portrait way, and we're going to measure this at 5 inches. So again, going up to the 5 inch mark, that's the inches which is on the bottom part of your guillotine. Pop that on, make sure your line is straight, your cardstock is flush to the top, and then you take that piece down. So you've created your first one. Now, like I said, if you've only got your smaller guillotine, the best way that you would be able to do this would be to take your A4 cardstock and score it down the centre, fold it over, and then do your measuring to 5 by 5. So that's if you haven't got your large guillotine. So if you want to do that, you can absolutely do that, but I'm just going to carry on as though you've all got your larger guillotines. But you can easily create that image. You probably just have a little bit extra waste than what you would normally have. However, keep your waste, because your waste always comes in handy. Have it in your little bit box. But I want you to repeat this 10 times. So
do you do one sheet? Do you always do one sheet at a time?
I
Is that
do,
best
yes.
practice?
Well, actually, to be fair, because this is a white stamping card, it's 300 GSM, but you can do this together, 2 pieces at a time. I wouldn't go any more than that, and that's only because it becomes a little bit thicker, and your guillotine, you could put it under a bit of strain, so we don't want to do that. But you can do 2 pieces at any one time, but you just need to make sure you've got them flush together, you've got them up at the top, and then you're going to do exactly the same there, and you're going to go to that 5 inch mark. But can you see, this is what can happen. So you need to make sure, if you are putting 2 pieces together, before you do any cutting, that those 2 pieces are in line with each other, and you trim that down. And it's important that you get, for your star card to work, it's important that you get these panels absolutely spot on. So that's 3 that we've done. So yeah, we could actually speed it up a little bit, Joe, if you wanted to. So we could do it again with our couple on here. And again, we're just going to repeat that measurement, 10 inches by 5 inches. So
awesome.
Taking that up.
Lots of people joining in, saying hello and crafting along with us today, Debbie, which is always lovely, isn't it? I can see Jill is in from North Yorkshire, Patty and Shelley, both in Michigan. Evelyn's in from Colorado. Pam is crafting along. Some people are crafting along and improvising a little bit.
That's fine.
Which is always fine, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Ayush says, Debbie is going to teach a card style that I'm really looking forward to learning. I think I will be doing this with my twirling character dice. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Yes. What a cracking idea that is. Now I'm just going to check how many pieces I've got, Joe, because I've lost count. Too busy talking. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just want 3 more to go. and we'll do that again exactly the same. So exactly what I said, Joe, you just need to get these measurements right for the star book to work properly. And again, if you are going to use your guillotine, just make sure you've got your handle fully pulled out and your little foot laid down as well, and then you're just going to pop that on again, 10 inches by 5 inches, and then another one 10 inches. That makes my 10. So if you've been doing 2 at a time, you'll have just done this process 5 times. Okay?
Awesome.
So that is, I believe,
I know it's a lot of
10
cutting, Debbie,
pieces.
but it's kind of nice when they're all the same measurement.
Yeah, it's
Because
nice and
sometimes
easy.
it gets a bit confusing when it's one that's this measurement, one that's another measurement. So it's quite a nice, straightforward one, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now all the spare bits, don't be throwing those away because that's really nice size cardstock there. So don't be throwing those away. But what you've got now are your 10 pieces. I want you to take 5 of them. So we're going to take 5. 1. Let me just put this. 2, 3, 4.
I feel like you're about to do some sort of card trick or something. I don't know why. I'm going to have to, keep my eye on one of them.
I'm just going to put the other 5 to one side for the time being because we're going to bring in a scoreboard now. Now again, if you are using the Scoremaster or the scoreboard, but either are fine, it's entirely up to you. I'm going to bring in, now I say bring in, I had it a minute ago, there it is. I'm going to bring my big one in just so I can, again, it's just a personal choice. But we are measuring from the inches side, so just bear that in mind when you're doing this as well. Now these pieces, really simple, are going to be your card bases. So we need to pop this on the board landscape. Make sure it's flush up to the end there, so you take that up to the butt end of the board. Get your scoring tool and you are going to score at 5 inches, top to bottom, a couple of gentle score lines, fold that over, make sure this is nice and flush as well, and then burnish. So you repeat that for 5 of those cards. So you've got 5 pieces at 5 by 5, and this is the outer part of your pop-out feature that will be forming the basis of your star card. So again, 5 inches, couple of score lines, and then fold that over. Make sure it's nice and flush. And then again, a nice burnish line, nice crisp burnish line, top to bottom. And that's your second one done. And just repeat that on all 5 of your pieces, Joe. So
the lovely Jan from Ravello is tuning in and saying hello, Debbie.
Hello, Jan.
She says she still needs to put the bits away from Jan's craft along, so she's just going to watch and then do it later.
It looked good fun, that one. It did. It looked good fun.
Didn't it?
Right up my street, that. I love a bit of mixed media with the stamps. Right, so again, repeat that. So you've got this 5 times. And again, score at 5 inches, top to bottom. Make sure it's nice and flush, because if you've got a bit of a wonky card going off there, it'll affect your star book.
You'll end up with a wonky star.
You don't want a wonky star,
You really
exactly. So again, top to bottom. There we go. That's lovely. So that's just 5 pieces. And these are our 5 pieces that will stick together to form the outer layer of your star book. So you've got 5. It's almost like having 5 card blanks. Well, it is having 5 card blanks. What you're on about, Debbie? Almost.
And
like
what
it
size
is.
are they now, those card
These
blanks?
are 5
Debbie?
by 5.
5 by 5.
These are 5 by 5. So you're going to pop those 5 to one side, and then you're going to bring in your other 5 pieces. Now this time for these, what we're going to do is each one of these is going to be scored at 3 inches and 7 inches.
Okey-doke.
So it gives us a 3-inch gap on either side. And you're probably thinking, really? But it'll make sense as we come along when we put our apertures on, okay? So I don't want a middle line going down here now, so not to start with anyway. I mean, you could do technically. However, when you're cutting your apertures out, if you've got a crease going down and you've got a bit of a pattern, it can affect it. So I'd rather do the scoring afterwards.
Okay.
So we're going to score at 3.
Veronica wants to know if she
And
already
7.
had 5 by 5 card blanks, could she just use 5 by 5 card blanks?
Of course
Okay.
she can. Yes, absolutely. So that's all you need to do for the time being, and we'll do the burnishing after we've done the die cutting. So 3 and 7 inches on 5 of those pieces. There you go. So just repeat that one.
Patty Heard is saying, good morning from California. This is my one Saturday a month where I have to work. Ugh, she says. I'd much rather stay home, drink my coffee, snuggle my pups and watch Crafters TV, catching a few minutes before I have to go to work. Well, the great thing is though, Patty, is you can watch it back at any time. I know it's not the same as watching it live, but it means you don't have to miss out on any of the fun. All of our shows are available anytime over on our website, which is brilliant, Debbie, isn't it? You just go and watch them back at will.
Absolutely. I love the idea that you can go back to anything. And I've seen, I've been watching the comments in the social media pages, and there's some people that are just catching up and just tuning into certain ones. And that's absolutely fine. That's what's lovely about us having those permanent classes online for you to go back to. Whether it be to take a bit of, Crafty Mojo or to follow Craft along in that time again. And it is real time. Even if you're watching back on the 2 hours, you can still craft along in real time. Absolutely. On the recording as well. Now, when we've done all those pieces, this is what will happen when we are doing the burnishing, and I'm just going to show you because this is what's going to form the inside part of your card. So that's what it'll end up looking like. Now, like I said, you could put a score line going down the middle. However, I prefer not to. I prefer to do that afterwards. Okay. So you've got 5 pieces that have got your 2 score lines in at 3 inches and 7 inches. And you've got your 5 pieces that are forming a 5x5 card blank. So that's all the cutting parts for now, because there is some others to do as well, but we'll do that in a moment.
Awesome. Do you want to take a little brief pause
yes,
there
please.
then, Debbie? Is that all right? We'll give everyone a little chance to get themselves caught up. Whilst we do that, I'm going to just quickly again recap what you're getting included in here if you're going for the full collection. You can get any 2 of these for $14.50 or $18, but I think especially for these kind of projects, it's nice to have the full collection. You are getting the dies in here. Remember, you're also getting the stamps that you need to go with them as well. So you've got Secret Garden, Time to Celebrate, Country Village, which is beautiful. This is the Into the Woods there with your little deer. You've got Party Vibes, which we're all feeling at the moment. Not long now, we can all start partying again, hopefully, Debbie. Our Home. Enjoy the Bubbles. I love that you get the little rubber duck in there too. And finally, Go Camping. All of that comes your way. I'll just get those details up for you. $55.93 if you're in the UK. It's $44.74 as a platinum member in the UK. $69.65 as a platinum member is $55.72, which is brilliant. I've also got some brilliant paper pads. Now, we've become almost legendary, haven't we, here at Crafters Companion for our paper pads. So I want to start off with the Rose Garden paper pad that we've got. This is amazing. It's on a half price deal for you, this one. You've got a really gorgeous array of different floral elements. So you've got 48 single sheets in this one. And as I said, that deal is awesome. It's a half price deal for you. A lot of you have been multi-ordering on this one before the show. So that's your first one. I've then got for you the Best of British, which is this one just here. Now, the Best of British is great because what it has is at the back, you've got all of these sort of panels, if you will, that you're going to be able to trim down. So you can see you've got things like your postcards in here. Love that one with all your different sentiments on there too. And then a really nice assortment of different styles as well. So if you're looking for something that's got lots of different types of imagery in it and patterns, this is brilliant. Of course, you've then got on the back of each one of these the sort of faux inky background which complements the main page as well. We've then got everyday celebrations for you. This is a really vibrant colour tone here on this one. A really good vast array of colours in there for you. You've got 48 sheets in this one. That one is $11.69 or $15.25. This next one seems to be our expert's favourite at the moment. It is the Contemporary Watercolour. I'd say it's probably one of the most popular pads at the moment. Now in here what you've got is some die-cut toppers in the back of it. They are already die-cut, so you can just pop those out, pop them onto a project and you've got something good to go. Then you've got all of these beautiful double-sided papers. What's nice about this one is what you've got is you've got each set of imagery on a lot of these, then in lots of different colours, which is awesome. So depending on what the kind of theme of project you're using it for, it means that you're going to have a colour tone that works for you. The next one we've got is Positivity. That's just from our Knitwits collection. So popular. 36 double-sided sheets in here. Really nice colour tone. Lots of browns. I love that dog tooth print that you've got in there. And also, it's kind of hard for you to see, but see the fine? It's like little doggy paw prints on the reverse of these, which is super cute. So you've got that one in there. The other one we've got, which is one of my favourites, is the Bloom with Grace. It's very grown up and very refined. It's really nice colour tone too, because what you've got are very dark chocolate browns. You've got maroons in here, and then lots of, I want to say sort of ditzy. If you love fussy cutting as well, you're going to really enjoy taking that out of there. We have got some 8x8 pads for you too. You've got the Spring Fever available on the show. Now you've got 48 sheets in here. Really sort of vibrant pop of colour across this one. Love that dotty print there. Really nice variation again. And then last but by no means least, this one I believe was what came with your year of craft. So this is brilliant. If you're looking to top up the papers that came with your year of craft, then that's awesome. I just love that. How fantastic is that? It's a bit of a optical illusion, isn't it? I love it. And again, you've got some checks in here. You've got some really vibrant stripes. It's a really lovely mix there. That one particularly is beautiful. $11.69 if you want to go for that one there, which is your all occasion. So they're all the paper pads that we have got on the show for you. Do you know what, Debbie? Yes, sir. I think you must be absolutely #nailing it, because I haven't had a single question or ask for any sort of recap. So there you are.
Fantastic. That means everybody must be crafting along. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more cutting, and then we'll get onto the die cutting.
Okie doke.
So what we're going to do is cut his panels out. So for the inside panels of the card, we need to create some to be fair, Joe, some of those pads that you were showing me earlier, just then, I'm thinking, goodness me, they would look absolutely beautiful in the background of these. I've chosen the pastels from the 12x12 pad, but you could choose the pastels from the 8x8 pad if you've got them, because the sizes of these, you're going to be able to use from either or.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just thinking those patterned papers would look incredible. Now, we're going to do this. I've chosen 5 colours. So I've got a blue, I've got a green, I've got a lovely lilac, I've got a pastel pink, and I've got that lovely yellow as well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do for each one of the panels, so for each one of the star cards, we need to create as panels and as the inner part too, the decorative part inside. So, take one sheet of your chosen colour. And first things first, we're going to cut this down to a 4 3/4 inch square, because if you think about your 5x5 panel, to create that little gap, the perfect mat behind it, you go down 1/4 inch. So 4 3/4 inches. We're going to slice that, and we're going to just do exactly the same. So you've created yourself. Oops, Debbie, get that right. Come on, girl.
I love the way you talk to yourself, Debbie.
I always do, Joe. I have to talk to myself, because sometimes I don't get no sense when I listen out loud. But there you go. That is going to be the first one that's going to do it, and that's going to sit into the middle, but we'll score that in a moment. However, we need 2 side panels for the pop-out element. So, because we've already cut this down to, did we say 4 3/4? All I'm going to do for this one is turn it to its side and cut 2 3/4, and I'm going to get 2. So out of that little piece there, I've created 2 panels, and these fit perfectly, and I'll just bring this in to show you, fit perfectly inside there. And awesome. That one is the one that's going to go in the centre of the card blank. So, repeating that again, and we'll do that again so that you can see that. That's one of the colours that goes with its blank. I'm just going to keep that there together. So I've popped the outer cards and the inner card with the coloured pieces all together, and I'm just going to place that to one side, and we'll come back to that in a second. So what it means is, especially if you're using your 12x12, I've still got all this spare, and it just means less waste. This is why I like to use my 12x12s. So I'm just going to repeat that again. I'll take the pale pink one for this one, and we're going to do it exactly the same. So it's a 4 3/4, so you take it up to the top, down to up to that, and I say 4 3/4, it's the one below the 5, and then just chop pop that down.
Something quite satisfying about watching you do that, Debbie, with the guillotine. I don't know what it is.
I love the guillotine. The guillotine, yes, exactly. So again, we're going to just do that exactly the same. So we already know that this is 4 3/4. And what we're going to do, let me just bring this down a bit so you can see it. We already know that this is 4 3/4. So what we're going to do is do that again at 2 3/4. So it's the 1 increment before the 3. So that we know that they will fit perfectly into the panels when it comes to doing the layering later. So again, I'm going to bring myself one of those card blanks. I'm going to bring myself one of the pop-out bits, and I'm going to put the coloured paper into that one, and that's one of the other star card elements. So we'll just keep repeating that with the colours.
It's all very organised. I like this, Debbie. You get it all, you know, all popped together.
Now, yeah, it just means that it makes it life a little bit easier on yourself when you do that. You all know that I'm a little bit of a messy craft. I am a little bit scatty sometimes, but I can be organised when I want to be. But again, all we're going to do is that 4 3/4 square, and then we're going to take this down to 2 3/4. And another one at 2 3/4.
How is the craft room makeover coming along, Debbie?
It's not.
Okay,
no, it's not.
I won't ask about it again.
No, it won't be happening just yet, Joe. I've got all the rest of the house to do. So there's my sister's on with my room at the moment.
Oh, nice.
It's looking very nice and bright is the word I'm looking for. The problem is it shows the rest of the house up. So that's when I've set her this task, but she's going back to work soon, so cause she's been on furlough for quite a while, my sister, bless her. She's done her own now, she's done my daughter's house.
Now she's on with yours.
She's just started on mine, but I think mine's going to have to be one of those work in progresses. I think it really is. Now then, we'll carry on that, Joe, with the rest of the colours. And obviously what you can do is, if you've got your 2 pieces of cardstock, you could do those measurements at the same time with 2 pieces. If you wanted to, you know, save a little bit of time, if that's the right word.
Yep.
But what you just need to make sure is that those are nice and flush and that there's nothing overhanging or underhanging, because you want to make sure you've got those pieces that are absolutely perfect. So when I've done that...
Chris Meenal's asking,
Yes?
can she do the star card with just 4 pages, with 4 rather than with 5, Debbie?
Just do exactly the same. You
just exactly the same,
yeah.
you just would do it with 4 pieces?
Yeah, you just do it with 4 pieces, yeah. There's no difference with it. It's just that you're choosing 4 panels instead of 5 panels.
Okay.
I mean, you know, that's the only difference. It'll be just a different type of star when you've put it all together because of the panels that you're popping in there. But absolutely no difference, Joe, whatsoever. Oh, what's Debbie done with us? Oh dear, I was just saying how organised I were. I've just lost my train of thought there. Yeah, that's it. So I'm now back and right.
Back in the game.
So I've got my card blank, I've got my cut-out part that's going to be the pop-out feature, and I've got my 2 panels ready on that one. And we'll finish that off with the last one. And since I were too busy talking, I'm going to start that again, just to be on the safe side. So 4 3/4 inch square. And then lastly, the 2 3/4 inch panel times 2. There we go. And then that one is the inner part, the pop-out part, the 2 panels, and the square. And that one you put to one side. So you should have now, Joe, and if I just bring this for a second, what you should have is yourself 5 pieces that have got your coloured panels in each one with your pop-out element as well, and I'm just going to put that to one side because that's the one we're going to work on first. However, there's just one more bit of cutting that I want to do, and that's for the front part of your star card. So that front part where we had that lovely girl in the bath, the bubbles, my favourite, that one, I love that one. That's definitely me on a, you know, on a night time, it is. But what we're going to do is, and it's up to you, you choose your colour theme. I'm going to go with the pink. But we need another 4 3/4 inch. So this, when you're using your 12 by 12, this is going to come in really handy. So we're taking a 4 3/4 inch panel for the front part, and then you need a white one. So bring back some stamping card, and this is going to measure at 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. And that will form the basis of the front panel of your card. So that is all you're cutting with your guillotine for now. All right, so
and
there
that
you
was
go.
just to recap that last one, Debbie, was 4 I've forgotten it already, so I'm going to have to ask you.
It's fine, Joe, it's fine. So for the front part of your card, you need a panel because we're going to cut out an aperture onto the front. Rather than having it as a pop-out, we're going to have it as an aperture there. So you just need to create yourself a front panel. So this is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and this one is 4.5 by 4.5.
4 3/4 and 4.5.
Yes.
Awesome, Debbie. Thank you very much. Did you want to take a pause there? Did you want to
yes,
push on?
please.
Should we take a pause? Brilliant. Okay. I've had a lovely story come in actually from Ro, Debbie, which has it's warmed my cockles, I won't lie to you. She says, Joe, I need to thank you. I've been helping my brother and sister-in-law pack up to move, and their German neighbours invited them over for wine and cheese. I was very nervous because I don't know German, and the neighbour was nervous to have me over because English is not her first language. So I went in, and to break the ice, I told her I know one German word, and it is Schmetterling. She was so excited. We toasted and became fast friends, so thank you. Ro, you are more than welcome. I could teach you a few others if you want. Krankenwagen, which is ambulance, Debbie, which I think is a good strong one.
Krankenwagen?
Krankenwagen.
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 Yeah. And my favourite German food, Kartoffelpuffer.
Oh, what?
Kartoffelpuffer.
Kartoffelpuffer.
Yeah, which is like a potato cake.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you are.
I know one.
Go on.
Schwäbisch Gmund. Twin town of Barnsley.
Twinned with Barnsley.
Schwäbisch Gmund.
Well, last time we talked about that.
I spit on myself when I'm saying it. Schwäbisch Gmund.
Schwäbisch Gmund.
Yes, it's the twin town of Barnsley. Well, it was the last time I knew. I don't know if it still isn't. If there's any German viewers, you just need to let us know.
Carol D says, I don't have the pop-out scene dies I have ordered yet, but I think this will be super cute with the spinner card stamping dies there. Absolutely, look, the point of these craft longs is to get you guys crafting. If you want to take this and adapt it and you know, change it up, mix it up, absolutely, why not? Now, we're going to have a look next at, I just want to quickly show you the tricolour markers, which are just here. These are incredible. They are an aqua base, a water-based marker. What you actually get as well is you get a full collection of pens and the case to put them in, which I just think for the price is astonishing. What you get is, whereas with our tri-blend pens, in each marker you get the same colour in different shade. With these you actually get 3 different ones. So in here you'll see, for instance, you've got sunset crimson and you've got the rose pink in there. But those 3 colours are curated and put together so as they will blend together beautifully. So what you can see is in the Great Outdoors collection, you've got the rich floral, the cool marine, the botanical naturals, and they blend together beautifully. And then as colour families, they will all work well together too. So you've got that one just there. You're also going to get in here this one, which is your floral meadow. Then you've got your colour basics, and you've got there your essentials, neutrals. You get all of those in there, which is brilliant. We've also got the tri-blend brush pens available for you. These are basically our icon. I'm going to call them iconic because that's exactly what they are. Iconic tri-blend markers. However, these ones have got that tri-blend brush nib on them. So you can see you've got a really lovely Japanese brush nib on there, and allows you to get lots of flicking and definition and texture. And again, the great thing about this one is this is a whole collection here, which is brilliant. Let me show you the colours that you're going to receive. So you're going to get all of these ones. You've got your lovely blues, your greens into your oranges and your reds. And you're going to get all of your purples, your browns there as well. Really gorgeous ombre that you get through the different colours there, which is fantastic. If you want to go for the tri-blend pen deep blends, absolutely you can. We've got those available for you on the show. This is the array of colours that you're getting. Remember, 24 pieces gives you 72 colours in there, and that one being your deep blend selection, £67.99 or £101.95. Let me also grab for you, oh, I've got lots on the show today, haven't I? Lots of goodies. We've got the awesome large storage. It's been ages since we've had this on the show for you, but what you actually get in here is you're going to get the large one. You're then going to get as well the magnetic panels in here, which is awesome, and we're going to include for you the acrylic ones as well. And the acrylic ones, of course, are how you store your photopolymer and your acrylic stamps in there too. Ignore the fact that it says small, you will get the large one, and all the other information is right. We'll get that changed for you on the screen there. Just one more to quickly share with you. It is half price. I'm not surprised. It's absolutely flying out the door. It is that beautiful Rose Garden paper pad from the Sarah Signature collection. A really lovely array of colours in there. 48 sheets, 180 GSM, half price. Lots of you multi-ordering on that one just there. Someone is just asking about, if you could just recap the sizes thus far, Debbie, if you wouldn't mind, just on the panels we've cut.
No, absolutely. So what you're going to do, and don't forget you're going to repeat this 5 times, so bear that in mind when you're doing this. But what you're going to start with is you're going to cut yourself 10 pieces of cardstock in white stamping card or whatever chosen cardstock you want to create your base with. And you cut this at 10 inches by 5 inches, and you're going to score 5 of the pieces at 5 inches. So 10 pieces cut at 10 by 5, 5 of them I want you to score at 5 inches on the landscape way to create your card blank. So you'll end up with 5 card blanks. The other 5, this is when you're going to just score this at 3 inches and 7 inches. And then we're going to place this aperture in here. Now, if you want to just do the score line previous to what I do, you can score it at 3 inches, 5 inches and 7 inches to create your pop-out feature. I prefer to do it afterwards, Joe. That's just my own personal opinion. But if you want to do that beforehand, you absolutely can. So you'll end up with 5 pieces that are scored at 3 inches and 7 inches. And then you're going to cut yourself your panels. And this is the panel that's going to go on the inside of our card base. Let me just move that there for a second. So you're going to cut yourself a square piece of coloured cardstock or paper, all those beautiful papers. If you have got them, you could do that as well. 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And then these 2 pieces are 4 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And you need to cut yourself 2 pieces of those. So that is for the inside of your card. When that goes on the top, they'll be for the outside panels there as well. Okay, so that you do that 5 times as well, dependent on what colours you want to use. So I've chose the pastels, and I've got yellow, blue, green, lilac and pink. So there you go. So that's for the star card itself. The only other extra element is the front panel of your card. So on the front panel of your star card, you need to cut yourself in your chosen cardstock, coloured cardstock or paper, whatever it is that you want to do it in, 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And the panel that sits on the top that's going to create the aperture is 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. And that is all your measurements that you need for your star card book.
Awesome. Right, we'll give you one last little opportunity to get yourself caught up. I'll just quickly whiz through what you're getting included in that big collection. So remember what you're getting. It's not too late. You can watch this back at any time and complete this project you want. You've got the Secret Garden. You've got Time to Celebrate, Country Village. You've also got Into the Woods, Party Vibes, Our Home, Enjoy the Bubbles, and you've got Go Camping there as well. $55.93 or $69.65. You can use your Club Inspired discount. Also, we've got an easier way into May offer going on at the moment. All weekend, this weekend, spend £30 or $30, you'll save an extra 10%. You can use that in conjunction with your Club Inspired discount as well. And if you need to totally Tiffanyise your life with some storage from Totally Tiffany, then you can, of course, get triple points for today on all Totally Tiffany items. I'm just going to give you one last moment to get yourself all set and ready for Debbie's next section. So whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
All the details there of the fabulous club that is Club Inspire. Make sure you've joined up if you haven't already. Right, Debbie, I think everyone is pretty much set to go for the next element, if you are.
Fabulous. So now it is a case of choosing your dies. So there's 8 to choose from. Now when you think about this, you've got 5 panels in your star card and 1 panel on the front. It's entirely up to you what you do with these and how you choose them. But I've personally gone for Secret Garden. I've gone for Into the Woods. I've gone for Our Home. Enjoy the Bubbles, because that's what goes on the front. I love that one. Country Village and Go Camping. Now, I have been random in choosing these, but if you're choosing this for somebody with a theme, you could actually choose the same ones inside if you wanted to, or just mix a couple up. It's entirely up to you. But what I need you to do is bring back the inner panel that's got the 2 score lines at 3 and 7 inches, because this is where we're going to start now with our dies. Now, don't forget, it's not just dies that's in this lovely collection. You've got lots of stamp elements as well. So I'm just going to teach you the basics of the star card and the aperture, and we'll do a bit of colouring. But when you come to decorating, you've got all these fabulous stamps to work with. You could use these to create your inner worker parts that dangle in between, and I just think that's lovely. Or you could stamp around your image, so you could actually stamp lots of little images all the way around here, colour them in, and you've got something really dramatic. Or you could stamp them out and then die cut them, because on the die cut side of things, not only have you got your aperture, but you've got also these little embellishments too. Now, dependent on the time, it's dependent whether we'll do some of them elements. What I want to do is get the main bases started. So we're going to be using the dies for this particular part. So you're going to take your aperture off of your first one. So that one, what have I done with my packaging? Let me put the packaging there, Joe, out of the way so I know where I am. And then you're going to place that onto the centre panel. Now, like I said, if you've gone for the 3, 5 and 7 and scored it, all you will do is make sure you place it in the centre. Now, you could take a pencil if you wanted and marked it, but I'm going to go easy by the eye.
By eye?
By eye, yeah, by eye. So you could take this. Now, there's another thing you could do as well. If you didn't want to have such a deeper panel, you could actually score this at 2.5, 5 and 7, 7.5, just trying to work it out then. That you could do to create a wider panel in the middle, but you'll still get your pop-out star element too. So it's entirely up to you. This is just one idea of how you can create this.
Okey-doke.
So I'm just going to hold that down both top and bottom, and we're going to run this through as Gemini. Now, these dies will actually fit through your Gemini Junior as well as your larger one. So just pop that on. Thin metal die combination, Joe, because it's only a thin metal die. I'm going to pop that in and place that through. Now, if you are using your larger plates, obviously you're not going to have any cardstock overhanging. However, it doesn't matter if it does overhang, because it's only die cutting that centre part. It's not doing any damage to the other piece of the cardstock. So when you bring that out, Joe, you'll have the element. Let's just put that to one side. Just lift that off. You've got that beautiful piece already. Now, when I did say about going back and scoring afterwards, the only reason I like to do it is because sometimes when you score beforehand and then die cut on the top, it can sometimes squidge it out a little bit. Right. So that's why I prefer to do the scoring afterwards. But again, that is just my own personal choice. So you find what works for you. That's what I always say. What did you say, Joe?
You do you, hun.
That's it.
That's the one.
I love how you said that. You do you, hun. But, let me just keep those there because we're doing so well being organised. But now what I'm just going to do is bring in that scoreboard for a second, and we're going to score that down now at that centre part, which is that 5 inches. So now I know that when we've got these 2 panels, 5 being the middle part again, and again, if you are using this, just make sure you go down, all the way down, top to bottom on your 5. Now, if you find it easier to score first and then die cut, then by all means do so. And you do what you works for you. Now, we already know that these have come in. Now, what we're going to do is push out. So you've created that mountain fold. And again, just burnish all the way down. And now you've got that lovely pop out element ready to go onto the inner part of this. But we're not going to stick anything down just yet, because we need to do a little bit of colouring as well. So I think first things first, Joe, is we'll do each part. Now, actually, what you can be doing, you can actually be popping your panels into place. And I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll do it this way. We'll do it stage by stage. What have I done with my glue, Joe? Okay, oh, I've got it here. You could use tape pen, or you could use your wet glue. I'm using all purpose for this part. But I'm just going to place those panels in, and they'll dry as well while they're at it. And then we'll do the colouring afterwards when we've done all as die cutting. Because I think if we get all those bits done out of the way, then we can get decorative. If we get any time, we've got spare time, we can do some more as well. However, what we're going to do is we're also going to pop in this piece as well. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either fold it in half and score it, or you can take your scoreboard again, Joe, and you can score this panel. And the best way I can describe this is on your scoreboard, it's the notch before the 2.5 to create the centerpiece. So when you pop that down, fold it over, and it's the actual center part.
2 3/8.
So it's actually, thank you very much. Oh, yes, I was just.
I don't know where that came from, Debbie.
I was going to say, Joe, where did that come from? Get you. You've been here. You've been picking up all these tips. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in, because we want this to dry as well too. So if you are using wet glue, it's a perfect opportunity to get it all dried. But of course you can use your tape pen. I prefer the wet glue, for the reason being I can get it into place, I can get it into the centre, and I can start to move and wiggle it around to get a more, what's the right word, a more flush piece into that centre. So again, that should work now, and just give that a nice burnish on both sides. But what we've got now, and again, I'm just going to, that's the one reason why I do use wet glue for this, Joe. It gives me that time to get it right pushed into that fold. Of course, what you could do is chop it in half and just stick them towards the middle if that's what you wanted. But now what you can see is you've got the first starting to form, where you've got your first shape of your first star book. And that is the first panel that we're going to do. However, we're not going to stick that down just yet, because if you do, you're going to make colouring really tricky if you've got it stuck in. So all I want you to do is pop that to one side, and then I want you to choose your next panel. So which is your next one? Debbie's put them on top of it. She's put them on top of her ultimate, I was going to call it.
On your what?
Can you tell?
What did you really call it?
I called it an ultimate. It's a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Does that look like an ultimate, Debbie? No, that's a Gemini.
I thought you said a hunter man. I was like,
a what? Man?
A hunter man.
So just move your panels out of the way for a second. Bring back in that one that's got the 3 and the 7. And again, if you are, in fact, shall I show you what I mean when we do it? You can do it beforehand if you want. It's like I said, it's just a personal thing. If you want to put that score line in beforehand, just pop it down onto your scoreboard and score again at 5. And then it's entirely up to you what makes it easier for you. But I want you to choose your next one. So I'm going to go in with the Into the Woods. So let's pop us Into the Woods. And then again, just place it into the centre of the aperture again, and just centralise it. Look at it either way. I mean, I'm not one for having to get my ruler out and starting to measure if it's in centre. I just physically look at it, and if it looks like it's in the centre, it's good enough for me by eye. So let's just run that through again, our machine. So again, I'm just going to pop it onto my plates, and I'm going to bring in the other 2, and we're going to just fold that over and run that through as well. So just take that through your machine. There you go.
Excellent. Hannah Hicks says, Debbie is such a great teacher. I don't have these dies. I think I'm going to still do this though and adapt it with some other dies that I already have.
Absolutely. That's, you know, that's exactly it. Who mentioned the twirly ones?
Oh, quite a few people have mentioned it actually.
That'd look beautiful.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely
would. It'd look absolutely beautiful. I can just see it now with the twirling characters, the twirling bees, and yeah, absolutely. You could adapt this to any of your craft, to be fair, Joe. It's one of those that's quite adaptable to be able to create lots of things, you know, with this. Let me just poke out my little reindeer's. Is it a reindeer? I look at him and I think of Bambi. I just think of Bambi straight away. It looks like it's honestly got that lovely image there of that Bambi shaped. But now what you've got is you've got your score line in, and you can just simply push that up. And again, you're going to go with the valley and the mountain and the two valleys, so that you end up with, oh dear, hey. So we're going to just go like this so that you end up with that lovely pop-out part again, and it really is a lovely pop-out feature. I'm going to put your panels on, get your panels into place.
I think this is one that people are definitely going to make once and keep making it again and again and again, aren't they?
Well, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see people's take on this one. I can't wait for you to share. Lots of lovely people have been sharing the makes, either on my page, Debbie Robinson Crafters Companion page, or been sharing on the I'm a Crafters Companion page, and it's lovely to see that your take on it. It really is, because we all interpret it. Wait a minute, what's that word?
You had it. That was right.
Did I have it right? Yeah. Interpretate. No, that looks out. Interpret. I was trying to make it more fancy. Did you notice there? I was trying to make it more fancy.
I tried to say acronym. I tried to turn that into acronymical today. That doesn't work, does it? Acronym.
Acronymical?
Oh, it's a very acronymical thing to say, I tried to say. It doesn't work, Joe. It's not a word. Talking nonsense.
Bless you. And then what we're going to do again is we're going to place this panel on the centre. What again?
Acronymical.
Acronymical.
Yeah.
I can't even say that one. I get to struggle with that one. There we go. So again, just take it into that centre fold. And just before you actually pop it down, especially if you are using wet glue, slide it into place so you've got nice even edges around both sides of there. But just make sure you've pushed it right into that fold, and then make sure you've got that stuck down. And again, you've got your second panel all ready done. So,
brilliant.
Shall we do one more?
Yeah.
Let's do one more. So, let's grab the next one. What have we got? Home. I love this one. This is a beautiful one as well. And again, the only things that I'm using at the minute are the dies. Let's remember we've got all those stamps on there, and that's what I'm saying about once you've got this technique, I can't wait to see what you're going to create, because you've got all those stamps on there that you can add to. Again, really, you know, it's going to be lovely. I can't wait to see everybody's makes. I really can't, Joe. So let's just pop that on.
And you'll be able to send us those pictures as well when we're all done. Hopefully we'll get to share some of them with you before the end of the show. So I'll let you know about that as we move towards the end of the craft along, so we can all have a good look. And also, you're in for a right treat this week. Do you know why? It's a double Debbie double weekend, because I am with Debbie twice tomorrow. Debbie's with you 3 times today as well. It's like a Debbie takeover with a little sprinkling of soft side of life tomorrow first up. So it's going to be a brilliant weekend, Debbie.
It is. You've got our lovely Bernie coming up as well tomorrow. I can't wait to see what she's going to create, because my goodness, she's been creating some absolute belters of late. That doggy cushion that I just wanted to
it's the
take
dinosaur
it
t-shirt she did last week that I loved.
Oh, was it? Oh my days. I wish I'd seen that one. Oh, she's made some beautiful, beautiful things, hasn't she? She really has. Now I'm just giving that a nice burnish so that I've got my two valleys. We're going to create the mountain now, because we're going to bring back in a scoreboard.
Start calling you Diana Ross at this rate.
And we're going to score at 5 inches again. So get your 5-inch mark, and you're going to take that all the way through that design, and then we're going to just burnish that on the mountain fold. I will get it right before I end. And you're going to just fold that over. Just manipulate it into its place, because some of the designs have got some extra little features, and I'll show you what I mean in a second when we've done this one, Joe. But when you know your little extra bits, just make sure you've got that lovely nice fold, and you can see now that that pops out absolutely beautiful. So we're going to bring back in our 2 panels, and we're going to put as panels on. So again, you can pop your coloured panels into there. There we go.
I'm loving that sort of lovely pistachio green with that house. This one is
beautiful.
my favourite die out of all of them, I think, Debbie.
Do you know what I love about that? I love the design of it, that beautiful feature of the house. Don't forget, these pop-out dies can work in many, many ways, because these apertures you can use for just straightforward cutting into cardstock, like we'll do for that front panel, as well as the pop-out feature. That's what I love about them, Joe. I think they're absolutely phenomenal dies. And I love that pop-out segment to it. That just creates some really beautiful scenes. It's those scenes that just depict such a beautiful scene. I absolutely adore it. And actually, I've chosen a better colour on this one than I did on the other one, because I chose a yellow one. Again, it's just, you think about the papers that you own in your collection, and you could be using some of your pattern papers that suit the die. I'm just obviously using these just for effect today for our craft along, but you could adapt it by taking some of the papers. So if you were using the party one, what about the party balloons from the everyday celebrations? I mean, every one would look completely different, and if you were doing one of those scenes, that would look absolutely phenomenal as well. So again, you can adapt it. I'm just keeping them nice and simple though for the time being, just with plain cardstock, because I think it really does make it pop. But I want you to think about how you're going to use this, especially if you're going to carry this design forward into your other elements of crafting. Debbie's put a die down. Right, Joe, I think I might need a break before we carry on with the other 2.
Okay.
In fact, the other 3, because we're going to do 3 more.
Okie doke, no problem. Let's have a little pause there then. Just give you a chance to get caught up with the die cutting. I want to just recap some of the stuff that you've seen on the show so far. We've got a brilliant adhesive collection for you, and it is the 4-piece one. In there you're going to get the tacky glue, the all-purpose glue, dotty tape pen, and also that 3D glue gel. White stamping card is what Debbie has been using for the base of this project throughout. We've got that available for you. $9.99 or $14.99, or any 4 for £30 or $42, which is excellent. You can mix and match that with the craft cardstock as well, which is this one, and also you can mix and match it with the matte black too. So you can, any 4 of any of those 3 different styles there for you for £30 or $42. Right. We also have that awesome storage for you as well. The large die, stamp and storage folder with the magnetic and acrylic panels there. $26.98 or $34.94 is your price there on that one. Right, I want to just quickly whiz through the paper pads that are also available. You guys are loving these in the show. Specifically this one, which is a Rose Garden one. Very busy here. Easy to see why. It's on a half price deal for you. A really lovely assortment of floral papers in there, $6.49 on $9.97. We also have the Best of British, which is this one just here. Again, those nice panels in the back of there. It's double-sided, so you've got that faux inky background in there too. I love the bunting that you've got there. The next one I've got for you is the Everyday Celebrations, which is this one just here. Really bright, vibrant pop of colour all the way through this one. Lots of nice sort of ditzy florals in there for you too. We've also got the Contemporary Watercolour, which is this one here. Now this one not only has sheets in, you've also got sheets of die cut toppers. Let me just show you those so you can see all of these just pop right out here, which is fantastic. Great for things like your tags, some larger ones in there. Make great stoppers too for things like your easel cards if you want to use them for those. So you've got that one in there. This seems to be our expert's favourite at the moment. It seems to be the one that everyone's using and going to. We've got a couple of our nitwit ones on the show for you. So you've got Positivity, really beautiful double double sided. The other side of this got like this gorgeous little sort of paw print design on there as well. Works beautifully with the rest of the Positivity collection. You can use it as a standalone 100%. So you've got that one there, and then you've also got your Bloom with Grace, which is this one here. Now the great thing about the Bloom with Grace is I love the colour tone in here. It's got a little bit of an ethereal nature to it, which I just think is exquisite. Love that houndstooth or dog's tooth print in there. And again, if you love fussy cutting, you're going to absolutely adore taking some time to fussy cut that. I've also got two 8x8s for you. So I have got Spring Fever, which is this one just here. You get 48 sheets in this one. I love the roses in there. Really nice mixture again for you. And then with last but no means least, you've got the all occasions. You get 72 sheets in here, which is absolutely loads. A really good vast array of styles and colours again in there for you. If you want to get that one, $11.69 or $15.25. Right, Debbie, are you ready to press on with the next stage?
Yep, so we're just going to repeat what we've been doing. You're just choosing a different design, whether you want to repeat the designs, but I'm going to use Country Village for the next one. And exactly the same, Joe, it's just a repeat of what we've been doing. Debbie's seen I've got a very mucky die, so I'm just going to give that little tap out just to clean it. I've obviously been using this one of late and didn't notice that. But we're going to do exactly the same. So you've taken the one that's got the folds already in. So again, if you just fold that in, and then you can pop that into the centre again. And again, choosing cards that maybe match. If you were choosing something, I mean, I'm gone for my purple here. I could have had my blue in the background, the yellow in the background, or I could choose a paper that would suit that particular design. So again, it's just entirely up to you. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what other people are going to be creating. And are there many crafting along, Joe? How's it going on the socials? Are they... I noticed a Eurovision thread a minute ago.
A Eurovision thread?
I saw something to do with Eurovision. I saw ABBA pop out at the side of my eye, and I'm like, what's going on there? What's the Eurovision?
On Facebook?
Yeah, they're having a right old natter about Eurovision.
Well, SJ has not sent me the Eurovision comments through. He probably knows that I'm going to escape down a Eurovision black hole. SJ, come on now. Oh, you'll end up in the law court, Leanne. All the Eurovision. Asher said Joe's looking really well at the moment. What's his secret?
Ooh.
There isn't one.
Well, you have been looking after yourself, though, Joe. Come on,
not eating less and moving more. I think that's about it. And also, a haircut has made all the difference, Debbie. I felt like I lost about 2 stone when I had my hair cut.
Bless you. Well, it was getting quite long, wasn't it?
It really was. It looked like something had been sheared in the comments. In the comments? In the barbers.
Oh dear, Joe, you're comic.
Oh dear.
Bless you. Now, again, I'm just going to take that. I'm going to turn that round, actually. So let me just go back down so I can see where I'm going with that one. There we are. And again, all we're going to do is we are going to create our valley, create our mountain.
It feels like a nursery rhyme for some reason. I don't know why.
And create our other valley just by giving those extra burnished lines and then popping as panels on either side. And again, oh, look at me with tape stuck all over my hands. Please excuse me. I'm like this at home. I stick it absolutely everywhere.
Do you know why I really like these craft alongs where they're quite like process driven, Debbie? You know, a bit like the exploding box one where you're sort of building up the layers and putting it all together. I love when it all comes together at the last minute because you're just working towards the different sections, aren't you? But when it all comes together, it really is amazing.
It is. And it is. And I mean, sometimes you look at these projects and you think, goodness me, how on earth am I going to create that? How's that going to work? But it's just when you see it and when you do like pop it in that processing place, it just makes it so much easier when you when you do it and when you strip it back so that you can create that the whole project.
Absolutely.
Strip it back, do it step by step, and it makes things a lot easier. And I do love creating different things. I mean, it's not often we do a star book. It's a nice design, but it's a very simple design. It's a lot more simple than you actually think. And when you see how we've stripped it back and shown you, you can see just how easy it is to create this. And when it all comes together, Joe, it's that lovely wow factor. Every time I see one, I just think, wow, Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
Such a lovely thing to give someone as well.
Yep, absolutely. So that's the other one done, Joe. So I'm just putting mine to one side to keep drying. And then we're going to finish off the last inner parts, because we've got 5 parts here. And I'm going to use this lovely Go Camping one. I
Is
love
there
the Go
anything to
Camping.
stop you doing more than 5? Or would you say 5's kind of the optimum number, Debbie?
Probably 5, yeah. I won't go. I mean, I suppose you could try going a little bit bigger, but it'll probably end up being a little bit squished. And it'll end up being more than just a Starbuck if you've got more and more layers on. But you know, by all means, try. You can definitely do a 4. I've done 4 before. 4 looks nice. That's a nice one. Let's give that a nice little tap out, because Debbie's realised. Yes, that's producer George in our ears saying that. It's absolutely true. So I'll just repeat what she just said. You need enough to create a statement, but not enough to what was that word you used?
Overwhelming.
Overwhelm it. That was a good word. Yeah. So again, all we're going to do is just pop that into the centre, tape that down. And of course, you could create a bit of an illusion, because you could pop these in different places. You could actually have one a little bit higher up, one a little bit lower down. Absolutely. You know, you can get creative with it. Get creative with it. So again, let's just pop that onto there. And this is the last one of the inner panels that we're going to be doing, and then we're just going to cut the lovely lady in the bubbles modelled on Debbie.
Oh, nice.
Sat there in a bath with the bubbles all around her.
I'm a recent bath convert, Debbie. I didn't have a bath for about 5 or 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
I showered, obviously, before people start, having a giggle. But since I moved into my new place on my own, and also, I discovered Lush bath bombs, Debbie.
Oh my days.
Nothing better. Pop a Lush bath bomb in. Other bath bombs are available. I'm not sure if they're any good or not. But that's it. That's me. I like to put a bit of music on, light a candle, maybe even a little glass of something, Debbie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Heavenly.
Yeah, definitely. It's right up my street. You see, I don't have a shower at home. Obviously, when we're here, we've got a shower up here, but and I do love a shower. But if someone were to tell me that I had to give up my bath for a shower, I'd be like, no, thanks. No. I like my baths. I like, especially to ease those long days, those achy muscles that we get sometimes. Yes, I like to have a nice long soak.
Nice soak in the tub,
a read of a book or a magazine. What else do I take in there? I do take a glass of something nice in there as well.
Do you? A little glass of Baileys?
Maybe. Maybe an Archer's or 2.
Nice.
Other drinks are available.
Absolutely.
I do love an Archer's.
Yeah,
I once did knock, though, a glass of wine in, and it was rosé wine, into my bath.
Oh, did you?
I was mortified. I couldn't get another one. No one listened to me when I was shouting, help! Nah, nobody came. Nobody came to me aid.
Oh.
Yeah, producer just not to do with that bathing in wine. It was the fact that I got no more wine to drink while I was in there. Right, so that's his 2 panels, and then lastly, and I'll go back to the method that I was doing, is taking this panel and scoring that at 2 3/8 that Joe so eloquently put, and then giving that a nice burnish. And then we're going to pop that into the centre. And then we're going to do a bit of colouring, Joe. We're going to get on with a little bit of colouring before we put it all together. Because like I said, what we need to make sure is that you colour them afterwards. Obviously, you could do a little bit of paper piecing if you wanted to. You could die cut the elements back out again if you wanted to. And then just build those up and pop them on the top. However, I cheat.
Do you?
I do the cheaties way, and I colour them. And we've got the perfect colour solutions on the show for you today, if you haven't got any. But obviously, if you have, get your tri-blends out, because we're going to do a bit of colouring. Beautiful. There we go. Oh, one more. I did say one more, didn't I? Let me put that up there, because
your bath.
That panel, the bath, the lady in the bath, the Kylie Minogue in a bath. Every time I see this, I think of Kylie Minogue.
Do you?
Oh, I do, yeah, where she sat there with all the bubbles and I should be so lucky,
When
blowing all the bubbles around.
Took my mum to see Kylie on tour. It was like a bit of a greatest hits tour. It wasn't officially a greatest hits tour, but she did all the hits, Debbie. And they recreated the bath scene. But it was like the bath was like tipped up and she was in it. All of these fake bubbles, and then the dancers like lifted her out of the bath. It's quite fabulous.
Wicked, absolutely wicked. I love that. Now then, I've taken the other two panels that we had at the beginning, the 4 3/4 inches by the 4 1/2. Taken this one, I'm going to pop that on, and we're going to taper down. And then just run that through as well, Joe. So what have I done with my plates? I've put my plates down again. There we go. So we're going to pop that in. And then we're going to just layer that on the top. Now I'm going to get a bit of height actually with this one. So I'm going to layer it up to create a little bit of a 3D feel to it. So this is when you could use your 3D Collal glue, or you could use your foam pads. Your choice how you do that. You could actually use foam on a roll as well. But what we're going to do is just lift that off so that you can see that onto the panel. So I'll use foam pads. I know probably people thinking, what's she doing with foam pads today?
I know,
I've been
you're
using so many.
chunky
I am, but I want this to dry because I want it to dry quite quickly. And as you know, I do love 3D Collal glue, and I do use it a lot. However, it needs a little bit of time to dry. And I'm just thinking when we're putting it together at the end, what are you going off with your foam pads here? This is why me and foam pads love-hate relationship. But I'm just going to put those on the back there,
Awesome.
Joe.
Aish saying, Debbie, I'm so glad that you're showing us this card. So it looks so much easier than I thought it would be. Michelle saying, I love this project. You make it look so easy, Debbie. Thank you. We'll be giving it a go, which is awesome. Still lots of chatter about Eurovision in the comments. Debbie, I can tell you that today is May the 1st. Therefore, we are officially in Eurovision month.
Woohoo! Yay! Whoop, whoop.
Absolutely. It is happening this year, yes, indeed. And there's going to be a live audience, apparently. There'll be 3,500 people socially distanced.
Oh, so not as many as normal.
No, normally about 15,000.
Yeah.
So 3,500 this year.
I'm just glad it's going ahead.
I've seen all the pictures of what the stage looks like. I'll show you some pictures.
Oh, you'll have to
later,
show
Debbie.
me later, Joe.
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so that's this front panel done. However, we're going to add some more elements to this in a moment. However, let's put those to one side, Joe. I just need a breather if that's okay.
Absolutely, of course. So let me recap what is coming in this collection. Because remember, it's never too late. Even if you're joining us right now, it's never too late to take part. Because, of course, you can order these dies now. When they arrive, you'll then be able to come back and watch this craft along back. You'll also be able to watch the launch day show back as well, because there was obviously 2 hours of inspiration. In our launch day, we do sort of more Fast and Furious demos, so I think there's probably 5 or 6 demonstrations there for you too. So lots of projects for you to work on. In here, what you're going to receive is you're going to get the Secret Garden. You're also going to get Time to Celebrate, Country Village, which is beautiful, isn't it? Into the Woods. You've got Party Vibes. Makes me always think of, like, I don't know, party vibes. I don't know, I'm not sure. It makes me want to be at a party taking pictures on Instagram. I don't know why. You've also got Our Home, Enjoy the Bubbles, and Go Camping. So they are the 8 die and stamp collections that you will get included in here, which is brilliant. Going to give you a little opportunity to get yourself caught up before Debbie pushes on with some colouring. So whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
Do you know who we're blaming, Debbie? Astrid. It's Astrid's fault that we're down the Eurovision black hole. She says, I'm very sorry, I filled the chat with Eurovision back to crafting. Lynn used to watch it, doesn't watch it as much anymore. Yolanda says, what is Eurovision? Basically, Eurovision was a song contest that started after the Second World War to help unify and bring Europe together through the medium of song. And it's been going for like 65, I think it's 65 years now. I'll pop some stuff about it over on my Facebook. You'll not shut me and Debbie up about it as it gets closer, don't you worry about that. I want to pop through some of the colouring mediums. All of these would be great to use for this craft along. You've got your tri-colour aqua markers on the show. And in here what you're going to get is the essential neutrals. Each pen basically has 3 different colours that will blend together. You get 3 pens in a collection. So you've got your essentials neutrals, you've got the Great Outdoors, Floral Meadow, and also the colour basics in there. They also come in this beautiful storage case for you as well. And that's a full collection there for that price, which is great value. We've got the Tri-Blend Deep Blends for you available on the show. I'm not going to take them out of the packet because they are beautifully sealed up. What you've got in here, this is half of all the Tri-Blends that we have available. You see all the colours that you're getting there on the side. You've got your pinks, you've got lots of blues and greens in there. 24 pieces, 72 colours. Within these, what you get is rather than 3 different colours, you get 3 different shades of the one colour. So it means what you can do is get a seamless blend. They genuinely revolutionised the colouring market when we developed these. What we've also got for you, the one that Debbie is going to be using, is these Tri-Blend brush pens, as you can see just here, and these are fantastic. They're exactly the same as our Tri-Blend markers, but you've got a lovely soft brush nib on there, and you get all of these colours too. So you can see you've got all your pinks, your violets, your greys, and then you're going through to your blues, your greens and your reds. That is a full collection for you there. 24 pieces, 72 markers, $67.99 or $101.95. Right, Debbie, I believe, judging by the comments, everyone is pretty much good to go if you are.
We are, and I have just seen a comment actually from one of our lovely ladies online who said, I think her name's Linda, and she asked about the dies and if we had any circular dies to cut them out. Well, if you own our nesting dies, and I've got one of my stitched edge circles, this is the 3rd one in. Look, I carry mine everywhere with me. They come in a little folder. I put mine on my little folder that I take everywhere with me. So they will work with our nesting dies. So if you wanted to create the pop-out scene as an aperture to create with your nesting dies, then Linda, yes, we do have some nesting dies. Go and check the website out. On any of the circular ones will fit those perfectly. So I hope that answered your question there, that I jumped ahead and saw. I hope you don't mind me answering, Joe. Right, so I've got my rotating board. I have actually put mine under there and my clip. I've got a little bit of colouring card stock underneath to help me with this. And you're just going to choose your colours. So get colouring. I'm using our Tri-Blend brush pens, and I'm just literally taking the scene and I'm following that circle around there. Now, if you want to go and start using your Tri-Blends in the full effect, where you do your, your shading, your dimension, then by all means do so. However, these absolutely just work really well without having to do that, Joe. So if you wanted to just simply colour, just take your chosen colours, and I've got a gold brown blend. Slowly, Debbie, slowly. Gold brown blend, but you can do your shading if you want to by taking your light, your medium and your dark to create your beautiful blending through there. And again, if that's what you want to do, Joe, absolutely, you can do. Oops, I think I've used a different colour on that one. Where did I do it? Debbie, what are you like?
What you like?
What am I like? Let's see if I can go over that just a little bit. But again, you can do that element if you want to do that. But you simply can just take your colour in and colour. Literally just colour to your heart's content. So, and the lovely thing about having the rotating board, if I just pop it on a little bit further so you can see it, is that it helps you move the board around. It helps you move your picture around without you having to do too much shuffling with your hands on your cardstock. And again, just choose your colours that you like. What colour are you going to have your house? We'll have a nice little brown going out off
Nice for
this
getting
one.
lots of colour down quickly, these brush nibs.
They are, because of that lovely brush nib. That's the difference. The brush nib enables you to get that colour straight over. And the lovely thing about this type of colouring is you don't have to worry because it's already die cut. So don't worry about what's going underneath. You can be as messy as you want, Joe, with it.
Awesome. Astrid's actually asking what the difference is between the tri-blend brush and the original tri-blends, Debbie.
That's a great question, Astrid. So the difference between the two, and I'll just fetch one in so I can show you, is you have got, obviously it's the same colour, like the colour family-wise, the same colour that you have in one pen. So this is the pale pink blend, which has got light, medium and dark. Same process as what this one is, light, medium and dark. The difference being the nib for one. So the nib is a more of a bullet nib, and the colours 1, 2 and 3 more of a smoother blend. But with your tri-blend brush, instantly what you can see the difference between the two, and I'll just pop those up so that you can see them, is the difference there are your nib to your brush. And if you just come in close there, careful not to get too close on those nails. Let me move those nails there for a second. All the wrinkly hands. Zoom away, Charlotte, zoom away. You see every single bit of a wrinkle on there. But you can see the difference very clearly there with that nib. And the difference as well is that some of the colours that are in the tri-blend brush pens have got a bit more of a difference in gap. So on this one, for the gold brown blend, it is a 1 pen colour family. So it's all the same family as the GB1, but this time we're going up to GB5 and GB10. Gives you more enhancement when you're using these pens, but they both work beautifully together, so you can use both of them together. So, Astrid, I hope that answered your question. But yeah, there's such a lovely, easy pen, and I do prefer, I'm not going to lie, I've got a bit of a love affair going off with the tri-blend brush pens. Yeah, I do love them. I love the idea that you can cover quite a bit instantly. And I do love that brush nib. I'm not going to lie, the brush nib is just gorgeous, beautiful.
Yeah, really nice for sort of texture and things as well,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely. And if you love doing your animals and things like that, colouring your animals, then these are just going to be right up your street, because you can do that lovely nib, do you know, with a brush?
Yeah.
You can do all those lovely techniques, and you can still build your colour up as well. Really beautiful. Whereas with the brush, with the nib, with this one, and I'll just do it so you can see, there's a bit of a difference. You can see you can't get the same coverage down.
Nice, but would you say for smaller areas, easier to blend with the bullet, the original one, Debbie?
Yeah. So I mean, you can, because the bullet nib has got that bullet nib and precision where you can get into the little gaps, you still have the fluidity of the brush. So you've got a nice thick piece at the base, but you've still got the fine point tip there. So, you know, it swings and roundabouts, Joe. Depends what you like. And colouring medium as well. But both work equally as well together. So if you've got your tri-blends and your brush nibs, you'll know what I mean by when I say that you can use those in almost like in harmony with each other. Sorry, Ben. Ben? Oh, I know you're my Joe. I'm so sorry.
Craig calls me Ben literally at least twice a week, Debbie.
Does he?
Yeah. I mean, Ben's a pretty handsome chap, so I'll take it, to be honest.
Well, I called Dan Bancroft yesterday live on air.
You called who, Dan?
I called Dan Ben.
Called Dan
I
Ben.
called Dan
Even
Ben.
after all this time that
Even
they don't
after
work
all
together,
this time.
I bet Dan loved that.
Oh, he absolutely howled. He did. He thought he actually were quite pleasant about it.
I bet he was.
It's just the old grey matter. I keep telling them, and they look. No, they don't look alike really. That's so untrue.
No, they don't. But they are very similar. Dan,
Yes.
for anyone in the US, is a presenter on Create and Craft, which is a UK-based shopping channel, which is where I used to work.
It is indeed. It's where we first met.
It is.
You were one of the first people. In fact, you were the first person I worked with at Create and Craft, and I fell in love with you then, and I love you to this day still.
You make me blush, Debbie.
Oh, bless you. Now, look, can you see now when you colour that in? And I mean, look how beautiful that looks. So, before
Really
we do
lovely.
before we go do any more colouring, almost like match there, grab your card base and we're going to put those two pieces together. So again, you can use your tape pen, red liner tape, wet glue, it's entirely up to you. I'm going to choose wet glue. Again, it's that wiggle time for me that makes me use wet glue such a lot. But just pop one panel down onto one side and just secure that on, and then literally bit of glue onto this side, or your tape pen, whichever your chosen glue, red liner tape, finger lift tape, our adhesive.
If you were doing this for the first time, would you say wet glue is probably the easiest, Debbie?
Yeah, because you've got the time to get it into place.
Yeah.
If you're not experienced with the tape pens, I personally would be using the wet glue. It gives you that time. Plus it is super, super strong. And that is one of your elements, and I'll just show you when you've got that folded over. Cool. Open that up. Wait a minute, let's go that way. Should we do the front bit? There we go. So close and open. And that should pop our elements.
Awesome.
So that's one of them done. Now we'll carry on. So just choose one of your other ones. What I am going to say is, and to create a nice give it a nice extra burnish. So just go down there and give it a little extra burnish. But let that go and dry, and then let's get ready for the next one. So let's bring in the next one. Which one shall? Oh, we'll go with Little Dicky Bird. We'll go. Awesome. Oh, Georgina, she's shouting, bubble bath, bubble bath.
Gonna save your favourite one till last, I bet.
Choose your colours. What colours do you want to use? I think I'm gonna go a bit bright with this one. So I'm gonna choose one of my florals, and we'll colour one flower in. Because you've got your tri-blends as well, it means you can again do that mix. But I'm gonna go really bright. Look how gorgeous and bright that one is.
Aisha's saying, love the colouring, but but you could also do some paper piecing, maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. These dies are meant for paper piecing. You could die cut those elements out and then just chop into them, and you could pop those pieces on top. That is a perfect way of doing this as well. So again, open to interpretation, this one. And these dies they're so versatile. I'm loving the way that you're all thinking of using them as well. I think that's great. But I'm trying to concentrate and colour at the same time, Joe.
Don't you worry about that. Anything that you have missed, anything you need recapping, you just let me know in the comments. Crafters TV across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Remember as well, a wonderful day still to come. We will do demo of the day in this show, because in a very showbiz style, Debbie has pre-recorded the latest show because, of course, we are up doing the HSM preview over on the Crafters Companion USA page and the fans of Crafters Companion on HSM page a little later. There will be a show tonight at 7 p.m. here in the UK. The Craft House, which is looking at Sarah's signature collections. However, it has been pre-recorded. And then tomorrow, Debbie, I was going to have a look what we're doing tomorrow, because I think we've got a pretty fabulous day tomorrow, you know, you and I.
Yeah,
we have got a craft class. Really looking forward to this. Double-sided dies craft class. I think lots of you out there may be a little bit intimidated by the double-sided die. Tomorrow, Debbie, is going to be the day, isn't it, where we dispel all the illusion of that.
We are indeed. I do love my double-sided dies, Joe, I'm not going to lie.
Great deals on that show for you too. Then Second Chance Sunday, of course. There is a new builder block coming tomorrow as well with myself and Bernie at midday here in the UK, which will be, 7 a.m. across on the East Coast. A really fun day for you tomorrow here. Kathy says, what is the white thing called that Debbie is using to burnish the card with?
Oh, this is a bone folder.
A bone folder.
And it's on our website, so you'll find this on our website. It's a Crafters Companion bone folder. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the price, but it's not expensive at all. Awesome. And it is a really good tool to have. It comes I think it comes in a pack of 2, to be fair. I think it comes with this one and the smaller one, which you'll see Jan use a lot, because Jan prefers a smaller one. I like my big one. I should have finished that sentence off. I like bigger things.
Right.
I meant it in a nice way, not in a horrible way.
It's just easier to hold that way, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's easier for me to hold. It's easier for me to hold. Our lovely Jan likes the small one that's got a little bit of a curvature on, and it fits better in her hands. But there is a couple of choices there for you to use.
They are?
Yeah. Oh, fabulous, fabulous.
Brilliant.
So that's the second one done, Joe. So we've got 2 of the elements already done. So we'll do one more and then we'll have a little break, and then we'll carry on. So you've got your 2 already done, okay?
Gorgeous.
And then we'll do, which one shall we do? Oh, let's do
I would
this
just like
one.
to state for the record as well, Debbie, I didn't giggle for once.
You
Just
didn't.
the only time I've never giggled. I know, never happens. Poor Debbie Fisher last week.
Oh, please.
I've shared it on my Facebook if you want to go and have a little look at that after the show. I lost the ability to stand up. I was laughing so much, Debbie. I was completely gone. If you want to know what we're talking about, you'll have to go out and go over and check out the Crafters TV social media pages.
Put it this way, Joe. Debbie has taken over the crown of the most embarrassing card demonstration because I did. Remember the carrot and the bunny? The
carrot and the bunny rabbit.
Yeah, which was holding world record of being one of the funny ones. However, Debbie surpassed herself last week.
Well, I thought, Debbie, what would happen is it would have been sort of, forgotten into the vaults of time, and it would be forgotten about, never seen again. Then I saw an email saying that it was being clipped and it was going to be in a show. I was thinking, oh gosh, that's all we need.
Bless you, you're kidding. Oh, God love her. So she's got no way of escaping it.
No,
that's the problem. She's got no way of escaping there.
Really, really funny. You'll have to go back and check that out.
Bless her. Oh dear. Gotta love her. You gotta love her.
She does make me laugh. She was so chuckling. She chuckled for like 25 minutes.
She chuckled all the way home, Joe.
She did.
She chuckled all the way home. 3-hour drive, and she chuckled all the way home. Bless her little heart. I do love Deb's Debby. The problem with Debbie's laugh is it's very contagious.
It is, isn't it?
And
We
it's
all
like one
go,
of those.
don't we?
I always, I don't know if it's still there, but at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, there used to be a laughing policeman. You used to just go and stand and watch it. Oh, don't laugh, but it's
an
true.
actual man?
No, like a statue, and it go ha 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 all the way around. And you used to stand there and laugh. I did anyway. My dad thought it were really funny, and we used to stand there laughing, and my dad used to mimic it, and then we'd laugh even more because he did it even louder. So I don't know if it's still there actually. So if any Blackpool viewers are watching, you need to let us know if it's still at the Pleasure Beach, because I'm not sure if it's still there.
Well, I shall go on a fact-finding mission. I want to go this summer. I've never ever been to Blackpool, so I must go.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, bless you.
I bet Charlotte's not been to Blackpool. Have you been, Charlotte? She hasn't, no.
What do you mean, Charlotte, you've never been to Blackpool?
I know.
I thought everybody had been to Blackpool. No, what do you mean, no? Bless her.
We need to organise our Scarborough trip, Debbie.
Yes, we do,
We need to get that date in the diary.
Yeah, we do. We do indeed. But yeah, Blackpool's fab. I love it. Right, so now when we pop this... now then, what have I done with my pokey tool? I've put it away. I've just noticed there's another little spot in there. So what I'm just going to do, Joe, is just move that to one side again. Now, what I want you to bear in mind is what is going to be your last panel that you stick together, because when you choose one that's going to be your last panel, don't stick it down just yet.
Okay.
So I want you to leave one open. However, we're okay for the time being, Joe, because we've just done... Is this his third one? Yeah, this is his third one.
Indeed.
So we're okay for the time being. So what we're just going to do is do exactly the same. You're going to take your glue, pop it onto your panel, and then we're going to attach that to the card base, and then you're going to repeat that on the other side as well. So again, I'm just going to take me glue onto this part of the panel and then stick that down to the card base, and that creates that lovely pop out feature.
Astrid is shocked that I've never been to Blackpool. She says, how can you have never been to Blackpool, Joe?
Have you never been to Blackpool, Joe?
Never, ever,
ever in your life?
And I don't really have much of an excuse now, do I? Because it's not really that far from it. It's only about an hour and 20 minutes, I think, in the car.
No, and it's lovely.
Like
yeah, it's a really nice place. It's had a nice refurb as well.
Oh, nice.
And I do love Blackpool. I used to go there all the time in my previous job with the girls. We used to have a right good laugh, good weekends, yeah. And one of my friends lives up there as well. He lives there still. He drives the trams for a living.
Oh, nice.
Or he did. Don't know if he still does. I need to check out and ask with him. But yeah, so Blackpool is a lovely, lovely place. It really is.
Right,
there
I'm
you
going
go.
to go this summer. I'm going to sort it out.
That's the last one done. There you go. So again, how lovely does that look?
Right.
Right.
Really gorgeous. Quick
Little
pause
break,
then,
Joe.
Debbie, is that all
Yeah,
right?
we'll have a pause.
Brilliant. I'll just quickly whiz you back through the main collection. Remember, you can go for this. The other great thing is as well, a lot of the time when we get to maybe the craft along, we've lost a couple of the options. We have been able to replicate the full collection, the full launch deal for you. So I'm going to take you through exactly what you are getting in here. So you're going to get Secret Garden, which is this one with the gorgeous little schmetterling in there. You've got Time to Celebrate with the little hats. You've also got Country Village, Into the Woods, Party Vibes. This one here is your Our Home, as well as Enjoy the Bubbles, and also Go Camping is in there for you too. A brilliant price on those. Platinum members can pick them up for $44.74 or $55.72. Right, I'm going to whiz back through some of the paper pads. You guys are absolutely loving the Rose Garden. It is a half price deal. A lot of you multi-ordering on this brilliant, brilliant value. For you, they're £6.49 or £9.97. So you've got your Rose Garden. You also have then your Best of British, which is this one here. Again, beautiful design, double-sided this one too. So you've got the perfect reverse, if you want to cover, match those up for mats and layers. This one here is your Everyday Celebrations, as you can see. The next one I've got for you is one of your most favourites, well, certainly the most favourite amongst our experts at the moment, which is the contemporary watercolour. You've got topper sheets in there, as well as all of these gorgeous papers there for you too, in a really nice vast array of different colours too, which is fantastic. You've then got the Positivity from our Knitwits collection, which is this one just here, double-sided here for you too. So again, really great for mats and layers. And we also have the Bloom Grace, which is this one just here. And again, really nice colourways there. Quite ethereal, these ones, which is fantastic. So you've got that one in there too. Then I've got two of the 8x8s available as well. First up is Spring Fever, which is this one here. And we've also then got as well, so this one is your All Occasions. This one was from the Year of Crafts as well. So great if you've used a lot of the Year of Crafts paper pad, you want to get stocked up on that. Good opportunity for you to do so. $11.69 or $15.25. Pam says, Joe, wait until October and go up for the lights. Still, Karen Albright says, I still think one of the funniest was Joe and Craig talking about the guy taking the apple into the bathroom.
I beg your pardon?
I know.
I think I know that one.
I still think one of the funniest stories was Joe and Craig talking about the guy taking the apple into the bathroom. I vaguely remember it, Charlotte. Charlotte says I vaguely remember it, but I can't remember the details. Yeah. Let me know, Karen. I'm going to need a little bit more detail from you if that's okay. Aisha says, what bank holiday is it in the weekend, this weekend? We call this one May Day bank holiday. It's the first Monday in May. It's usually a bank holiday. I don't know why it's a bank holiday though, do you, Debbie?
Absolutely no idea.
I'm going to Google. I'll Google.
Google, yes.
Google.
Let's Google and find out. Right, shall we get back to a bit more colouring?
Yes,
so
please.
So take your next one. So I've gone with my lovely home one here. And again, you're just going to take your colouring, whether you do paper piecing. I can't wait to see what you guys have all got planned with yours and how you're going to interpretate. Is that the right word? Interpretate. Wait a minute. I don't even think that's a word, is it? Interpret. That's it. Thank you, guys. They notice how quiet it is in the gallery. They're not helping me out, are they? They're not helping me out with my language today. Interpret. Is that the right word?
Yeah. So May Day, the holiday, probably originated as a Roman festival honouring the beginning of the summer season in the Northern Hemisphere. There you are.
Does that say why it's bank holiday, Joe? Did you say that was why it's bank holiday?
It's been a holiday since 1978. International Labour Day.
Gosh, you learn something new every day, don't you?
About workers' rights. Although I kind of think that it's been a bit forgotten now, isn't it?
What's that?
It's been a bit forgotten, that bit. Now we just, all have a day off. Yeah, I mean, workers' rights haven't been forgotten. That's not what I'm saying, Charlotte. Sort of putting words in my mouth there. What I mean is, we don't really use the day for that anymore, do we? Yeah,
no, I know. We just use it as an excuse for an holiday and for doing things holiday-wise, don't we? That's what we do it for now.
Next year, Debbie, we're getting an extra bank holiday. Do you know about this?
No, what's this?
Yeah, because it's the Queen's... Now, let me get this right. 70th... It's her... No, is it a diamond or a platinum jubilee?
Really?
It is the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, I believe. Yes, it's platinum. And we are getting another. So you know how at Easter we get a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Yeah.
Let me get this right. Come on, Joe, get this right. I think one of the holidays, Debbie, is moving, but we're getting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the late May bank holiday, the Whitsun bank holiday, will move to the Thursday, and then we'll get an extra bank holiday on the Friday, and then we'll get the Saturday, Sunday off as well. So we've got a 4-day weekend.
Oh, that's my granddaughter's birthday. She's born on 30th of May, so it always tends to fall around. And this time it's just missing it. So you mean in that week it's going to be an extra?
So the first weekend in June will be a Thursday to Sunday holiday.
Ooh, well, who knows? But the thing is here, we work 7 days a week.
Absolutely.
So is that going to apply to us here at Crafters TV?
No.
Now then, you can see again, just by colouring in, how it just literally pops. It really, really does. And again, all we're going to do, and especially having that in the background, you can see, don't forget you've got elements on here though. I want you to remember these kits have all got beautiful stamps in here for those extra elements where you could have your dangly bits in the middle.
Oh, nice.
And create some really nice, beautiful extra embellishments. That's the word I'm looking for. So literally just absolutely fabulous to be able to create some extra embellishment as well. So I'm absolutely fine with that one. Let's see if it folds over. Yep, so I'm going to let that bit dry as well. And then we're just going to finish on as lucky last, which is, I think of my dad with this one.
Oh, which one?
In fact, actually, he's gone on holiday today.
Where's
Bless
he gone?
him. He's gone for the... Do you know what? I know it took him 7... I've just seen a message come up on my phone and it said they set off at 7 a.m. and just arrived.
Where
so
to?
wherever they've gone, I think they've gone down south.
Right.
I think they've gone somewhere
Cornwall.
really down south.
Like Cornwall or something.
I think so. I'll have to check because I'll be quite honest, I've completely forgot. It's terrible. But it's his birthday soon, so they've gone away for celebrations. And it's the first time they've been away because obviously they've been shielding, so it's
Of
lovely. Really lovely that he's able to get out. He's had both his jabs now.
Nice.
And he's been, I think this is his first holiday in nearly, a long time.
Absolutely.
So a nice little birthday treat for him.
Yeah, it's very nice to see things getting back to normal here in the UK, which is lovely.
It is. And the reason this one reminds me of him, Joe, is because he's a caravanner.
Oh,
He loves his caravans. So this just reminds me of where he'll be sat with Hazel enjoying something nice and strong later on tonight. In fact, they may have already cracked that open already. So when we go in now, we're just going to carry on
That was a very
colouring.
sweeping statement there from Georgina. Did you hear that?
What was that?
Actually, I think caravans look strange.
Look strange. Oh my days, one of my favourite holidays have been caravan holidays. I love caravans. They are so cool. So
Have you
cool.
seen some of the modern ones are like swish apartments, Debbie, now,
Oh my
aren't they?
goodness, they're amazing. Have you seen them, Joe? They're just
Incredible.
stunning. Absolutely stunning. Do you know, Georgina, absolutely. Georgina, you are so right. I mean, the beautiful...
Georgina was talking about motorhomes.
Thank you very
RVs.
much. Yes, I was just going to say, I was just going to come up with that one. We're thinking, what's she talking about? Since we can't hear her. But yes, they're they're amazing. They're like luxury hotels on wheels.
Do you know,
Absolutely
just
beautiful.
recently, Debbie, I actually quite like the idea again, this year maybe, of a camping holiday. And I was not a camping kind of person for a very, very long time. I'd like camping at music festivals, Debbie, because I just feel like you just got to, haven't you? You just got to accept
Well, you
that
have, but I won't.
if you want to go to a music festival, you need to take your tent, you need to stay in a tent, you just need to roll your sleeves up and get on with it. But actually, I think that maybe this year, maybe I could go camping. I usually go to Glastonbury every year. To be unfortunately, it can't happen again this year, so we haven't been since 2019. But they're opening up the farm where it's hosted as a campsite over summer, over the weekend, so you can go and camp on the site where the festival normally is. And I'm thinking, do you know what? Maybe I'll give it a go.
Oh, I see. Absolutely fabulous. Do you know, I never even thought of that, you know. I'd love to go camping, Joe, but it's the thought of the loos and things like that that really put me off.
Okie doke.
Which is why I don't. But it sounds amazing where you go. The toilet facilities, producer Georgina. Yes, I did. Yes, sorry. Yes, I said the loos, didn't I? Right, are you ready? Shall we put his cards together?
I think we best, Dad, yeah. Do you want to just, do we just take a moment? I'll just show.
Yes.
Do you just want to show your finished one over there, Debbie?
Of course.
Because the later show has been pre-recorded, we need to, I'm giving you a sneaky peek of what won the demo of the show in the earlier show that's the later show. I know, it's like time travel. Would you like this to be the card of the day, number 1, or would you like Debbie's star card to be the card of the day, number 2? 1
so,
or 2?
Just to clarify, I have made that one, Joe. I know you just haven't seen it just yet because that was on as pre-record, but this is your star card that we are currently working on. So is it going to be number 1, the one you haven't seen yet, which our Joe is holding, or number 2, the Craft Along star card?
Brilliant.
So we'll let you decide. We'll let you decide.
The power is yours. So let us know in the comments, Crafters TV or YouTube over on Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Let us know. You've got 5 minutes to vote, and then we will let you know which one has won.
Right, so we're going to do a bit of construction, although Debbie's just seen little pieces that she's not quite coloured in properly, and honestly, I sometimes get a little bit annoyed with myself when it's not done right. So let's just pop this together. Now, when you're bringing all your pieces back in, so I want you to bring all your pieces back in, and I want you to decide which one's going to be your first panel when you pop out. So I'm going to go with that gorgeous scene here with that lovely pop out into the woods. And I'm going to use that as my last one. So for the front one, this is when you need to get your ribbon, Joe. So if you've got your Crafters Companion ribbon, I want you to take a couple of pieces of ribbon. Now, I haven't got mine to hand, so thankfully I have brought some ribbon from home, and I'm going to use some ribbon that I've got there. But what I want you to do is I want you to take your first panel and I want you to pop your ribbon onto the front. Now, because this is going to be covered up, Joe, it really doesn't matter what you stick it down with.
Okay.
So the first thing that I've got to my hand is some red liner tape. So I'm just going to hold that into place and just cover that up. And like I said, doesn't matter about this part because it's getting covered up. So you just know that even though it looks ugly right now, it ain't going to matter. Now, for that last panel that we talked about, when you think about this, these are the bits that are going to attach. So you're going to put some glue onto this one. So I'll just put my tape pen for this, and I'm doing this for a little bit of speed now because I cannot believe we are nearly at the end. But I'm just going to pop one panel down. Now, before I put the other panel onto, I'm going to take some ribbon and I'm going to stick it on the inside of here. And again, it's not what you're going to see. So this bit again doesn't matter. So again, stick it down. You can hold it with some tape. You can hold it with finger lift tape. It's entirely up to you what you hold it down with. But what that does is just secures the ribbon.
They're still talking about this Apple story in the comments, Debbie.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating me, Joe, because I ain't got a clue what they're talking
Me
about.
neither. I don't know.
So what we're going to do then is seal that ribbon trapped into that panel so that you can't actually see the ribbon, you can't see where you've popped it. Just makes it a little bit neater, Joe. What you can do, because you've got a bit of red liner tape though, is make that functional and grab pokey tool. Let's just lift that off. Let's get a nice burnish first, actually. Just lift that off, and then again, just pop some glue onto that inner panel. And then you're going to seal that down, make it nice and neat, keep it nice and flush. And that is your last panel of your card. So it's down to you what you choose as being your last and what's being your first. But what we're going to do now is we're going to cover up that front panel. And that front panel, this is when your lovely, let me just make sure I've got that bit just I love red liner tape.
Do you?
I do. I'm a bit like a love-hate relationship with this as well. But do you remember the front panel that we did with the lady in the bubbles?
I do remember the lady in the bubbles. It sounds like the follow-up to the lady on the train, doesn't it?
It is.
The lady in the bubbles.
It is, but that's going to cover up and trap over that as well. So again, just take whatever choice of glue, and I'll go with me tape pen for this. Oh, actually, I won't do. I'll use me my all-purpose glue.
I'm just thinking, Debbie, probably don't have enough time to get pictures in this show, and the later show has been pre-recorded.
Yep.
So do you know what we'll have to get people to do, Debbie?
Send
3
o'clock?
in their pictures to our show tomorrow, our craft class show, and we'll share them all then. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be
Brilliant.
lovely, yeah. And that way you can have a little work on it as well. Do you know, like I said about choosing papers that match the theme. Like I said, if you were using that birthday celebrations one, you could use the beautiful everyday celebrations paper. That would look incredible. Right, are you ready to construct? So although we're nearly running out of time, we have got our front panel and our back panel, so make sure you put your back panel to one side for the time being. And now we're going to construct, and it is a simple case of, and when I say how easy it is, Joe, it's a simple case of sticking each panel to each one, back to back. That's how it works, and it could not be any easier. Now, my personal preference with this is red liner tape.
Okay.
And it's just because it is super strong, and when you think about how many layers we've got in there, and we've got that pop out element, that's why I choose it. However, you choose what works for you. So if you want to use a wet glue, by all means use a wet glue. The only difference that I probably would say is that you need to make sure it dries. So you might need to pin it together with some pegs, you know, to hold it in place until it's all stuck down. What you can do with this though, because again, it's getting those burnish lines absolutely perfect, and also making sure to get that flushness, give yourself a little bit of a fighting chance by just running some wet glue
so that
over
gives
there.
You the wiggle and then
gives you the wiggle and the
hold.
strength. Yeah. And all you're going to do is put that back panel to this panel here, and you're going to pop those. And bear in mind, make sure you've got the right side. Don't be putting it upside down, otherwise you're going to have a very strange looking Starbuck card. But literally pop that down, fold it over so you know you've got that nice, neat burnish. And again, just make sure that you've got those, and you can see now that's formed part of the star. So then you're going to bring in your next panel, and if you want to make it easier, just pop some red glue again, red liner tape, or tape pen. You could use your tape pen. You could do exactly the same with your tape pen. Put your tape pen down, but you could also then put some red glue. It's not red glue, it's all-purpose glue, Debbie, all-purpose glue. You could put your all-purpose glue over the top.
Sound like you were commentating on a horse race there for a moment. Red purpose, all-purpose glue, red purpose glue on the outside, the red liners coming through. Oh, they're inside the final furlong now, and chunky glue's coming up on the outside, but tacky glue gets it on the line. Tacky glue takes the race.
Oh dear, God love you. But again, thinking where you're going to place this and the next panel, make sure you've got your panels meeting each other. So again, having that all-purpose glue.
Sorry, Debbie. I just make myself laugh sometimes. I get carried away.
Having the whole-purpose glue just gives you that wiggle time to get it into place. And you can see now we're starting to form our card. So again, I'm going to go in with that next panel. So we'll bring in the one that still hasn't got any of that, you know, your last panel on there. So we'll just pop this on. And again, I'm just using, it's just to put, I'll be honest, I have a couple of real passions, and two of them are red liner tape and chunky glue, because I do use a heck of a lot, especially when it comes to construction. It really is fab. I'm still getting over you with commentary there.
First show I think I've ever done where you haven't used chunky glue once.
Well, you know, I was going to use my chunky glue, but I think we might have just run out of time.
Right.
However, not to worry. Again, just make sure you've got that panel on, and when you're folding it, make sure that they're all stuck down. So you can either get your fingers inside and give it a good old rub, or you can just take your tool. You can take your tool and just go over with your tool. You can just give it a good old burnish with your fingers there, and there you can see it coming together. And I mean, do you know when we said about the 4-panel, that's what a 4-panel would look like, and that still looks nice. You can still get the same effect. However, we're going to go in with the last one, Joe. So that is our first bit, the little lady
looks
in the
amazing.
bubbles.
I love that you've chosen all the different colours now, because when I see it unfurled, it really is impressive, isn't it? Like that rainbow colour.
Absolutely.
This is the demo of the day, by the way, the star card.
Oh, is
the
it?
Demo of the day.
Oh,
yes.
lovely.
Which is nice.
I think it's probably because they haven't seen the other one being made. However, both are equally nice. They, you know, and I do love something that gives you that little bit of a wow factor. And these pop-out scenes are just crying out to be used inside this beautiful panel. And again, this one now is just going to literally sit there. What you're not going to do though is glue these two pieces together. So it's just this panel here that you're going to stick together. And I'm just going to lift that off again with a bit of wet glue again, the all-purpose glue, and I'm just going to run that across. There we go. And again, it just gives you that extra bit of oomph when you're sticking this together.
I think you must be a shoo-in for demo of the week this week, Debbie.
Why is that?
This is a brilliant card, because also I think you've got 5 in so
5?
far.
Have I been here
they're
5
like
days
nearly
this
all
week?
yours.
Wow, I haven't
tomorrow's
realised.
as well. I think you'll have 5 in for demo of the week. Debbie is eyeing win number 5.
But there's some seriously strong contenders this week. I mean, Jan's lovely mixed media craft along, absolutely beautiful. Debs has done some lovely ones as well. To be fair, I was here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have been working my little socks off this week. I was here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Peterborough Thursday, Friday, and back up here today and tomorrow.
You're
so
a
I have been
Debbie.
working quite hard. But let's not forget. This is no surefire thing. Bernie has got. Honestly, her show is just sensational, and I've seen the makes that she absolutely nails week in and week out. So literally, the competition is wide open. It's nothing to do with quantity. It's all about that quality, isn't it, Joe? And a personal thing as well. Now, that is all your panels close together.
Ta-da!
And when you close this up, and this is why I say about making sure that all these score lines here are nice and burnished, but you close it up, and because you've got your ribbon nice and neatly tucked in there, Joe, you literally tie that together. And when you give this to your recipients, and bearing in mind we didn't quite get it finished, however, you're going to pop on your sentiments, add your extra little pieces, and the only difference that we've done on this one is that I added a birthday bubbles that come from this bubble one. And I added the bubbles on as well. And I did say about using chunky glue. I used my chunky glue underneath because I die cut all of those out individual and just wrapped them around there without adding any colour to her, apart from she's got a bit of clear overlay sparkle on her. But that's how you would just finish that off. So although we didn't quite get there, I don't think we did a bad job getting the entirety of that star book done, measurement by measurement, piece by piece, colour by colour. And when you do open this up and pop it onto your mantle, you're just going to I'll turn it that way so you can see it. Use your ribbon, tie it together, give it a nice little bow, and then you can actually pop that onto your recipients, wherever it is they're going to have it. But how fabulous would it look? Don't forget, every single set has got some beautiful stamps in there. Use those stamps to their advantage. Pop them in. What about having your little dangly bits coming down here, having a little twirly character with your twirly little pieces, like your little rubber ducky could go on that one, on your other ones with your house, and you get your guitar on your camping scene. Honestly, there's so many ways that you can use them to really, really give it some depth and dimension. Use those elements that come with those gorgeous pop-out scenes. I've given you the basics. I can't wait to see how you create and what you recreate with them, because I know you're going to have the time of your life making this really very, very big statement piece card, but it looks absolutely fabulous. Even when you fold it all up, it's just a sensational design, and I know one that you are going to love to recreate time and time again with other elements of your crafty stash, as well as these brilliant pop-out scenes.
I've got something I really want to show you. Come on in, John. Our product coordination manager, John, we've just found something in the back of So Inspired from his modelling days.
John, were you a model?
Look, just here.
John, look how he's modelling. He's got a modelling pose.
John, you've not aged a day.
John,
I mean, it's pretty much the same.
I never knew you were the model of that design. I can't believe it. Look at you, exactly the same. Look at this.
It's blue steel.
Same
Zoolander.
is that the same shirt, John?
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for that. Erin brought that tight. Do you want to keep that? I'd pop that in a little frame. There you go. Oh, so funny.
I love
it. Let me recap. So Inspired, issue, I think 4, I think that was, something like that. Right, I want to just recap everything that is in that awesome collection for you. And remember, if you want to recreate this, these are the dies you're going to need. So in here you've got Secret Garden, Time to Celebrate. There is also Country Village, Into the Woods, Party Vibes, Our Home, Enjoy the Bubbles, And you've got Go Camping there as well for you, which is absolutely awesome. Right, loads still to come today. 55.93, 69.65. What I would say is as well, loads still to come today. If you are in the UK, then you'll want to come back here to Crafters TV because you have the Craft House coming up at 7 p.m. If you are in the US, then you've got choices. You can either pop yourself over to Crafters Companion USA, my page, Sarah's page, fans of HSN on Fans of Crafters Companion on HSN page, where there will be a HSN preview. That will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. West Coast time. What I'd also like to do is just whiz through some of the busiest items on the show so far. So we've got the storage collection for you. You get the large storage binder. You're also going to get 4 of the acrylic panels, 4 of the magnetic panels in here, $26.98 or $34.94. Recently back in stock those as well. We've also got the tricolour aqua markers for you. You get all 12 here, which gives you 36 different colours, and you get the storage case. You're not paying for the storage case there as well, which is brilliant. We then have the Tri-Blend brush markers for you. These are awesome. Everything you know about the Tri-Blends, just with that lovely soft brush nib on there as well. $67.99 or $101.95. Brilliant price for you. Half price deal on the Rose Garden paper pad, which is this one just here, £6.49 or $9.97. Ease your May into way? No. Ease your way into May the right way. All you need to do anyway is spend £30 or $30 after your discounts come off. You'll save 10%. It'll all happen at the checkout for you, which is brilliant. And also triple points across everything Totally Tiffany. Debbie, can I say it's been an absolute pleasure? And I'm looking forward to a double Debbie day tomorrow.
I can't wait, Joe. I'm off to enjoy a nice cuppa because that lovely model John makes an absolutely fantastic coffee as well. Yes, come and join us tomorrow. We've got a great day lined up. You've got the lovely Bernie kickstarting things. And also we've got a great craft class. If you've ever worried about double-sided dies, come and join me and Joe for our craft class. And then obviously the second chance Sunday. So I can't wait, Joe. And of course I'm getting to spend it with you.
Absolutely. It's going to be awesome. In fact, I'll see you in a couple of hours, but let's have a look at what is coming up here on Crafters TV. So, as we said, Craft House going to be coming up for you 7 p.m. today here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time as well, and then tomorrow, Softer Side of Life will be here at midday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time with a lovely Bernie. I will see you there. Take care.